Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. We're going to talk about several coins for the remainder of the bull run, and we're going to focus on six of them. Now, these all belong to one category, or at least are affiliated with one category, and I think they're kind of like high reward, lower risk coins than others. And they could actually be ones that you really want to look at least that I'm looking at for the remainder of this bull run. They're all kind of like mainnets. It doesn't, and some of them are DAG, some of them are blockchain. It doesn't actually matter which one they are, because people are looking at these mainnets as big platforms to do DeFi, NFTs, and everything else. And some of these might have actually been overlooked because other mainnets got more press. As they develop and come up, I think some money might actually divert into them because people are looking for smaller coins with high ROI potential. And these definitely have the technology stack to actually achieve high ROIs, for the remainder of this year or even into next year. First one I want to mention is HBAR. A lot of people are really, really hype on HBAR. I'm not like super, super hype on it, but it is one I would actually consider. They have a lot of enterprise backing. They have a lot of people on their enterprise council that are like from big businesses, Fortune 100 businesses. So HBAR has, some adoption. They have a lot of backing, and I think like a lot of businesses are eventually going to go with HBAR as well. So the thing about HBAR is they're going to continue releasing a lot of supply over the next 14 years. So there'll be a constant dump of supply into the already large supply pool. So you have to be aware of that. But if their adoption can outspeed their increase in supply, HBAR might be something that you really need to look at because it's not top 20, it's not top 30 yet. So therefore, if it does somehow get into the top 10, top 15, which is definitely a possibility, it could actually be a really good pickup. The next one is Phantom. It's a little smaller. I think it's also a DAG. It's got some good partnerships, and it's just an up and coming coin that I hear more and more people talk about. And hearing more and more people talk about a smaller coin is really half the battle because when you get these partnerships, when you get these adoptions, people actually have to know about them. So I believe Phantom is like upcoming as well, and it might actually be a smaller coin that you can actually pick up and get a lot of good ROI from. The third one is LRON, especially after their Meyer update, and that's basically like a payment wallet thing. So LRON actually underwent a really, really big pump earlier this year, but it's kind of stalled for a couple months. And the thing is, it's got the technology, and it actually does have some adoption as well. It just hasn't been getting the press, and I think like eventually it will get some press, and it could actually shoot up into the top 15 or 20. So that it could actually be something that you really want to keep an eye out for. Next one is Algorand. Algorand is kind of like Cardano in that it's actually a ready network that's ready to go, but it's kind of like Cardano in the way that it's like it does go through the academic process. Charles actually likes it, and he actually says like Algorand could be a competitor to Cardano in the future. So we know that Charles does AMAs every day, and like people do ask him these questions. So hopefully that actually gets it some press. Now, Algorand is becoming a little bit more known, and it's getting a little bit more respect. So therefore, it could actually be a really good pickup as it gains more adoption. The fifth one is Cosmos. Now, Cosmos, I think, has been overlooked. It's not in the top 20 yet, but this is one that I could actually shoot up in the top 15, possibly top 10. It's an interoperability protocol, and interoperability is the future of crypto and the future of blockchain. They all need to be able to communicate with each other. Like the blockchain is actually ready to go. I'm not really sure why it hasn't gotten more press. It seems to be overshadowed by like Polkadot, Cardano, etc., because those have actually just gotten more into the press, more in the headlines. But Cosmos is definitely one that's actually come up recently, and it's one that I think is worthy of a pickup because I think like a lot of people are getting to notice Cosmos more. And when we actually have another bull run, or when we have the remainder of this bull run, for the rest of this year, I do think Cosmos is going to continue to come up. So you really want to look at Cosmos. And the last one I want to mention is Avax. It's come up a lot recently. They got the $230 million investment. Now, that's $230 million. It's not like they just set aside $230 million of their coin. completely different things. They actually raised $230 million. However, there is a cautionary tale on that is you don't really know how many coins those investors got because they probably did not buy at market price in that price raise. Avax is specifically geared towards DeFi, so you might think, oh, it doesn't have as much potential because it's probably not going to do NFTs and all that. But the thing is, DeFi is huge. And it's actually specifically built to do DeFi, so it might steal some of the DeFi market away from like Ethereum, Cardano, and the other big mainnets. And what we know is Kyber Network already launched its AMM on ADAX, or Automatic Market Maker. And there's already a ton of automatic market makers on AVAX. It could really be big in the DeFi field, which actually could catapult it easily into the top 15 as well. So all these are coins that are outside the top, except for Cosmos, I think outside the top 30 that could actually go into the top 15 or maybe even further. You definitely really want to look at some of these mainnets. I think they're lower risk than other coins. These are mainnets with established teams, established projects that just haven't really made that last step into to being one of the biggest coins out there. So definitely take a look at HBAR, Phantom, LRON, Algorand, Cosmos, and Avax. I think if you do make a diversified portfolio out of these 6, I think you will do well because at least a couple of these will definitely shoot up in what's left of the bull run. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.